What's going on, real ones? BCHQ, back with another discussion time. Episode 86. I want to talk on something that's gonna probably affect a lot of you. You're probably already in a relationship or close to getting in one, but it's love. Last year or so, been on and off with my ex. We've now split. And what I want to tell you is, love is not what they sell you. Like think about it. When you're you might be married or something, or been in a long relationship. Very few of you can say you've still got that spark that you had when you first met. Just wanting to be around each other all the time. And that's why I say a lot of you, because there probably will be a few cases where people just click and they're deeply in love for the whole of their life. But that's very rare. It's not what you think it is. All it does is causes pain, causes arguments. You expect things from each other that you both don't deliver on. Just letdowns with each other. And yeah, there's moments where it's good, but in a lot of cases, the bad moments are going to outweigh that. And I know you have to work at a relationship, and there's going to be times where it's hard and you're struggling, but love just creates so much shit, so much anxiety for you, and stress and selfishness. Love is very selfish. Think about what your partner expects of you. Some of you are in relationships where your partner is abusive. They're either hitting you or worse, mentally, where they're saying you can't go out with your friends. You got to be here with me because I'm too insecure. I won't admit that, but you're not allowed to go out. I need you here with me all the time. You can't have a social life. If you're in that situation, do yourself a favour and get the fuck out. It's not worth it. Life is too short to be worried about someone else's insecurities and what they're doing to you. It's selfish, and you both deserve to be happy. But most people feel they need to be in a relationship to have any self-worth, and that's the sad shit, because you don't. People, especially if you come from a broken home or something was lacking, that them people even more cling to that. They want to hold on to someone or something. Some people can't be on their own. They can't handle it. So even if you break up with them, they'll find someone else to be with. Even if it ain't a relationship, if it's just a friend or something. And that's the dangerous thing. But you can't put yourself in danger, in the line of fire, when it's because of someone else's selfishness. It's not worth it. Depending on what you believe, you get one life to live. I believe you come back as something else. But if you believe you've got one life to live, why are you wasting it in a relationship where you're constantly arguing, where you're constantly bickering? There's more to life than that. Some people get a kick and enjoyment, some sort of sick enjoyment out of the negativity that breeds in a relationship. And them people are dangerous. You need to get away from them. Otherwise, you're going to lead a life that so many people lead. Some people get married, stay in that marriage for the rest of their life because they either think they can't go find someone else, or they're just too scared because they don't want to be on their own. We are all so powerful as individuals, but yet you get in a relationship and it affects your confidence. As I said, your anxiety shoots up. You're worried about going out and doing something. If I do this, if I say this wrong, what's she going to say? What's he going to say? I can't go out with my friends. They're insecure. Girls wearing makeup all the time and then they have this false self-confidence, but they're plastering their face with fucking animal products. but yet they want to boss you about and have this false confidence, and then you try to tell them that you don't need the makeup and shit, and they don't listen. So it's difficult, and especially if you're trying to grow as an individual and your partner, and you're trying to teach them stuff, and they just don't want to know, or they're not getting it, and they don't like the fact that you're changing stuff about yourself for the better, because it makes them look at themselves and feel even worse about themselves because they're not doing nothing. It's a vicious cycle. You don't want to be in a toxic relationship. So many of you are. I know you are. It's not worth it. So you need to get out of it before it's too late, because the next thing you know, you'll have kids, there'll be a whole load of commotion, there'll be issues with family members. I'm speaking from experience. And I still have feelings for my ex, but I know that we can't be together anymore because we constantly bicker, and it's just volatile, it's toxic, and it's not worth it. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but it's what the reality is. I refuse to just not speak on shit anymore. I used to worry about hurting people's feelings all the time, but fuck it, my feelings get hurt all the time. It's life. And I'm just trying to help people. Do you know what I mean? I wish no bad on my ex. But getting outside of that, if you're in a relationship where it's toxic and you don't like what's going on, get out of it. Because you're just going to look further down the line in a few years and be in an even worse situation and wonder, why didn't I get out when I could have? Now, if kids get involved, it's a whole nother matter, because you still got to have a relationship of some sort with your ex or your partner, and if it's volatile and toxic, them kids are going to pick up on that, and they're going to be affected by that. So you got to either come to terms where you're going to be like, we're going to have to just be civil when we're around the kids, or perhaps some of you are going to go to court, but that should be the last resort. But some of you are going to have to, because that's the situation that you've gotten yourself into. It's a hard reality to face, but it's factual. And unless you take a look at yourself in the mirror and want to improve yourself, it's not going to improve. So you should have no excuses. There's no point complaining about your partners, especially girls. I know you lot talk to your fucking friends and groups and gossip about things that you don't like that your partner does. Instead of gossiping and saying shit, tell your partner that. Sort it, resolve it. If you can't resolve it, then separate. So many of you need to separate, but you're too in fear of being on your own. Don't be in fear, man. You need to go and learn that you're powerful. You need to go and learn that you're worth something on your own as well. Because you are. But I just hope you lot wake up, man. I get scared when I see, now I'm on the outside looking in at people, and I'm like, and by no means do I think that I'm fucking, I do nothing wrong ever. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm to blame for in a relationship that fucked up. But when I look at other people now, I see most people don't want to change themselves. Most people don't want to improve themselves. They just sit and complain all the time. And they're like a broken record. All the time complaining about the same shit. But yet they never want to apply or try and change it. You have no right to be complaining about something if you're not willing to go try and change it. Yeah, it's not always going to work, but the fact that you're not even trying is the big thing. If you put the effort in and actually try, even if you fail, you can say, well, I haven't just been a victim, and say, oh, I took no actions towards trying to change it, because you have. It might have failed, but you've took the steps to try and change it. Be proud of yourself for doing that anyway. And then try find another way, or a new way of going around it. There's always ways. You gotta think. You gotta sit down, just you with your thoughts, and think. Not a lot of us do that now, and this is the problem. We lead lives that are just constantly rushing about under pressure, got to meet deadlines, your work, your 9 to 5. Like, hardly anyone's got the time, but you have to make the time. You'll find ways, you'll make the time if you actually are serious about wanting to change your habits and your lifestyle and your living situations, whatever it is, you'll make the change. And don't beat yourself up about certain things that you're going on or happening to you in life. Always remember there's people out there that are going through so much more, that's so much worse. There's people out there that can't even fucking eat food, bruv. They can't even afford food. There's no food. Some people haven't even got water. People are living on the streets with no shelter when it's freezing out there, freezing to death. Yet we all want to complain when we've got all these materialistic shit. We got a roof over our head. I'm sick of it. People are so people expect so much now from everyone when they don't expect shit from themselves. That's the big thing. They expect all this effort and loyalty from everyone else, but they don't want to give it to themselves first. You can't be in a relationship and love someone until you love yourself first. This is why I got a big thing about insecurities. You can't be insecure about yourself and hate yourself, but then be in love with someone. Because until you love yourself, you don't know what love is. You can't love someone else till you love yourself. And I don't ever want to be in a relationship again. It's fucked me up. But now it's woken me up too. Like, for those of you that are getting married, just remember you're entering a contract. Things happen in relationships when you get married. You're signing a contract. You are then, if you need to get a divorce or something, you're fucked financially because one of you is going to get more money than the other. It's going to be bitter. One of you is going to be demanding money from the other, and because you're in a contract, one of you is going to lose. One of you is not going to win. So remember that. Like, you don't need to get married to show your love to someone. It's bullshit. All this stuff about a nice wedding and all that is keeping up with the Joneses. You got to stop this shit, man. You need to really think about stuff. Entering a contract. It's a contract. You don't need a contract to show your love to someone. And you don't need to get married just because you have kids. That's the old mentality. That's the old way of thinking. We're in 2019. We're not in the 1800s. We need to evolve. That's it for this one, guys. Hope I've helped some of you. Don't take offence to it. Deal with it. Approach this. Take bits from it that you need and apply it to your own lives. They don't want to fuck with the real ones.